Alright, it's 10:28. I just left the laundromat. There was a suspicious woman. If you watched my last video, she was kind of looking all around when I drove up. She was talking on, she had a pink phone up to her ear. I walked in and used the bathroom and then had a seat in a different couch than the man she was with. And then she started saying something to him. He said, "I don't know you, do I?" It's that maroon truck right there. She got into it with him, into that truck. And she kept looking all around, and as soon as I sat on the couch, she started stopping off stuff to him about bills and payments and stuff, and she was talking non-stop on her phone, just like she wasn't even stopping to listen and talk. That's it right there. C230106. Nobody supervised me when I did my laundry and Jake's laundry just this morning, and nobody paid for it but me. Nobody gave me money to pay for it. I used child support money to pay for it, so they look like they're probably in their 50s. She's in that vehicle right there. Nobody's ever transported or provided transportation for me and Jake or paid any of our expenses or bills. And I've never given anybody permission to do that. So he knew her and was talking to her and stuff, and he said, "I don't know you, do I?" Then he said that to make it sound like he was talking to me. I didn't say anything. I was looking in the magazine about George Strait and bullfighting. So why did he say that? "I don't know you, do I?" He did exactly what I said. I gotta get some water here. Ashley. 10:30. And that's what it is. It was the way she kept looking all around her in all different directions, like she was robbing a bank waiting for somebody to catch her doing it. And then him talking to her, and he knew her, and she started talking to him about bills, and she said to pay this and this payment and that payment. So he did know her. Then why did he say to her, "You don't know me, do you?" Because he was saying it to me, and he said it right after I sat down. I didn't say anything back to him when he said it either. I didn't say anything to her. He didn't nod as though I consented to anything. Water for the radiator. What happens in these situations, it's gotten to, I mean, this is not me just imagining things, okay? It gets to be so ridiculous. You know, I'll see these people, whoever they are that I don't know, they'll sit in their cars like outside the library in the parking lot, and wait. Slumped over in their car, and then Jake and I will walk out. And then they park up, smack a phone up to their ear, start their engine, and wait until Jake and I are driving out of the parking lot. And then zoom out right behind us with the phone up to their ear. And I mean, I'll sit and I'll wait 30 minutes. I've done this so many times. I'm not making this up. And then they'll, it doesn't matter how long I wait. They're waiting on me and Jake. You can look and see they're reacting to seeing Jake and me walking out. And I followed one girl who did it at the library. She was a black woman, probably in her 20s or 30s. And they just, I followed her, and she rode to Walmart. So, and the whole time she was driving, she had a phone up to her ear and wasn't talking on it. So I drove and saw, and I rode up on her bumper to see, and yeah. And she, you know, looking at me and Jake when we walked out of the library, and she drove to Walmart's, and she sat there and she was looking all, you know, to see. So, and you can say, well, it's because you rode up on her bumper. No. It was her waiting for me and Jake, and all they're doing is falsifying evidence to say that they're driving me and Jake places, that they've gotten permission from me to pay bills. You know, what that guy just did. You don't know me. He said it to her, that black woman, but he knew her. So what the hell was he saying it to her for? He wasn't saying it to her, because after that, he and she started talking about bills. So he was talking to her when he said, you don't know me, do you? And she didn't answer him. But they were riding in the same vehicle and talking about bills together. So that was probably what it was, falsifying me, giving them consent to pay bills with money that I don't even know I have access to. That's what it looks like to me, a falsified expense account. Because it happens to us when we go to Walmart and stuff like that. People waiting outside with somebody from the store with stuff they've already purchased. And then there'll be a manager or somebody who works at Walmart that will turn and look at me and then tell that person they can go, and all I'm doing is walking in the store. I don't even know either one of them. They don't say a word to me. It's not me giving them any kind of consent. You know, falsifying consent is what it is. Placing yourself in the way that I'm walking, turning and look at me and saying, no, this is okay. It's happening in my Berkshires, you know. And I'm just supposed to know. No, I don't know. And why do people that I don't know and have nothing to do with know? Okay? That's it. It's not your money, honey. It's not yours, and you don't have my permission to use it. I don't know. You've got nothing to do with me or my son. That's it. There's nothing else to say about it. What else do you want to say? It's called highway robbery, bitch. I would say grand larceny, conspiracy to commit fraud. I'm sure there's detectives that could think of a bigger list to add than that. And I think that's what just happened at the laundromat. Because the way those two were acting, and she was looking all around the way she was. And then him saying, you don't know me, to her, and he knew her. Even at like, you don't know the person, you don't know my identity, you have nothing to do with me. And she's sitting there talking nonstop on that phone. That's what it was. I have never given anybody my permission to use any money that belongs to me and my son, whether or not I know about that money, and use that money for any reason. I have access to it, engage in financial transactions with it or anything like that. I don't buy things and give them away to people. I don't make purchases and give the items I purchase away. Nobody buys anything for me and Jake. I am the only person that pays expenses for me and Jacob. I'm the only person who ever has